the Fox, the Lion, and the Wise Man. A wise man was traveling through a forest when he saw a lame fox. The fox was unable to hunt for food, and the wise man wondered how it would survive. Just then, a lion appeared with a goat in its mouth. The lion ate some of the goat and left the rest behind. The fox ate the leftover meat and filled its belly. The wise man was amazed and decided to stay and observe the fox. The next day, the lion returned with another goat and left some meat for the fox again. The wise man realized that God was providing for the fox's needs. The wise man thought to himself, if God can provide for this lame fox, He will also provide for me. So, he decided to stop worrying about his own food and trust in God's provision. However, many days passed, and no food came to him. He became very weak and hungry. One day, while he was sitting near a mosque, he heard a voice saying, "O wise man, do you want to be like the lame fox or like the lion who hunts for himself and also provides for others?" The wise man realized that while God provides for our needs, we must also make an effort to work and strive for what we need. The wise man felt ashamed and realized his mistake. He got up and started walking, trusting that God would provide for him. Soon, he came across a village and saw people working in their fields. He joined them and worked hard, and at the end of the day, they offered him food and shelter. The wise man was grateful and realized that God had provided for him through his own efforts. He continued to work hard and trust in God's provision, and soon he became strong and healthy again. One day, while he was working in the fields, he saw a lame bird struggling to find food. He remembered the lame fox and how God had provided for it. He decided to help the bird and started sharing his own food with it. As he was helping the bird, a wealthy merchant passed by and saw the wise man's kindness. He was impressed and offered the wise man a job in his merchant business. The wise man accepted and soon became successful, earning enough to support himself and others. The wise man's success and kindness soon made him a respected figure in the community. People would come to him for advice and guidance, and he would share his wisdom and experience with them. One day, a young man came to him seeking advice on how to achieve success and prosperity. The wise man smiled and said, "My young friend, success and prosperity are not just about accumulating wealth and material possessions. True success and prosperity come from living a life of purpose, kindness, and service to others." He then shared the story of the lame fox and the lame bird, and how God had provided for them through his own efforts. He encouraged the young man to trust in God's provision, work hard, and help others, and promised that he too would achieve success and prosperity. The young man was inspired and went on to become a successful and respected member of the community, always remembering the wise man's advice and guidance. Years passed, and the wise man grew old and wise, but he never forgot the lessons he learned from the lame fox and the lame bird. He continued to trust in God's provision, work hard, and help others, and God continued to bless him and provide for him. One day, a group of travelers passed through the village, seeking shelter and guidance. Among them was a young girl named Sophia, who was curious and eager to learn. She was fascinated by the wise man's stories and wisdom, and she spent many hours listening to his tales and asking questions. The wise man saw something special in Sophia and decided to share a final lesson with her. he took her to a nearby garden, where a small seedling was struggling to grow. He showed her how the seedling needed water, sunlight, and care to reach its full potential. Just like this seedling, we all need nourishment and care to grow and flourish, he said. But we also need to be patient and trust in the process. With time and effort, we can become strong and beautiful, just like the garden around us. Sophia was deeply moved by the wise man's words and realized that she had been given a precious gift. She promised to carry on his legacy and share his wisdom with others, and so, Sophia became the wise man's successor. Traveling the world and sharing his stories and teachings with everyone she met. She became known as a wise and compassionate leader, and her words inspired countless people to live with purpose, kindness, and service to others. Years later, when Sophia was old and wise, she returned to the village where she had first met the wise man. She saw that the garden was still flourishing, and she knew that the wise man's legacy lived on through her and the countless lives he had touched. And so, the story of the wise man, the lame fox, and the lame bird continued to inspire generations, a reminder that true success and prosperity come from living a life of purpose, kindness, and service to others, and that with hard work, trust in God's provision, and patience, anyone can achieve their dreams and aspirations. The end.